Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Irie, and recently I hopped on a plane from New York and traveled all the way across the country to Seattle to visit my boyfriend for his birthday. I decided to stay there for a week, and for this cross-country trip, I'm going to bring just a carry-on. I used to be quite an overpacker, but having done a lot of domestic and international travel in the past 2 years, I've learned my way to minimize my luggage and pack as light as possible. I've already gone to Seattle, Hawaii, Italy, Denmark, London, and various cities in Japan with just a carry-on. Packing light has so many benefits, including not having to wait in line to check your bag, not having to wait at baggage claim, not having to worry about your luggage getting lost, and overall having an easier time moving around during your trip. So in this video, I want to share with you my tips and tricks I've taught myself as a former overpacker as I pack for my upcoming trip. So without further ado, let's start packing. Before packing anything, the first thing I like to do is checking the weather. You want to make sure you're packing realistic and appropriate outfits for where you're going. Also keep in mind what activities you're gonna do, because depending on what you're doing, you might need to pack extra clothes or equipment for that. Thankfully, it looks like rainy, gloomy Seattle is not gonna be there yet when I'm going. It actually looks like perfect sweater weather, which I'm very excited for. Now let's move on and start packing my clothes. I think this is the hardest part for most people, including me, because of course when you're traveling you want to pack many outfits and have options. But the thing is, clothes can quickly add weight and take up your entire luggage space before you know it. So what I like to do is create a little travel capsule wardrobe for myself. If you're traveling for a week or two, a formula I like to follow is 1 top for every 1 to 2 days, so I'm bringing 4 tops. 1 sweater or cardigan or sweatshirt per every 2 to 3 days. I decided to bring 1 sweater and 2 cardigans. 1 pair of pants for every 2 to 3 days. I'm bringing 2 pairs of jeans and these comfy pants for the flight. Socks and underwear, I would definitely bring at least a week's worth if you're traveling for 1 to 2 weeks and you don't know if you'll have laundry. For this trip specifically, because I'm staying at my boyfriend's apartment and I know I'll have access to laundry, I'm gonna bring 5 of each. Because I'm planning on taking my boyfriend out for a nice dinner on his birthday, I'm gonna bring a nice casual dress and this very comfortable quarter zip for the flight. To pack all of this, I'm gonna use a packing cube. Packing cubes are great, so let me show you. This one is from 𝖼. It is amazing and I've been using it for years. It has 2 layers, so I can separate my tops and bottoms and stay more organized. Let's start with my bottoms. The trick for these packing cubes is to fold everything to the width and height of the cube. For my jeans, I first make sure they're nice and straight and fold them into thirds. I do this for both pairs, and just look how nicely they fit into my packing cube. Because my dress is casual, I'm going to fold it and fit it in here as well. Similar to the jeans, I first make sure to fold them to the width of the cube, and then fold them into thirds to match the length of the cube. If I were to bring a more formal or nicer dress, I would roll it up instead of folding it. Once I finish folding the dress, you can see how everything fits super nicely into the packing cube. Now moving on to my tops, I'm first going to start with my sweaters. Similar to my bottoms, I'm going to fold them to the size of the packing cube. This can take a few tries, but it'll really help pack your clothes without getting it bulky. Once all of my sweaters are folded nicely and are fitted into the packing cube, I'm going to also add my tank tops. I have 4 here, so I'm going to have each of them take up a quarter of the rectangle shape of the packing cube. After folding them into little rectangles, you can see how all of them fit perfectly. Again, folding your clothes strategically is important to make sure that your packing cube doesn't get bulky. Okay, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to be a little ambitious and put my socks into this top space. When I see extra space, I really try to fill it with what I can to ensure I'm not wasting any. Now this may look like it's overflowing, but the beauty of packing cubes is how you can reduce the volume of your clothes. The zippers really help compress everything down. And there we have it. Moving on to bags and accessories. For this trip, I'm bringing just 1 handbag, and when it comes to handbags, a hack I like to do to save space and make sure my bag doesn't get squished is to put clothes and other items inside the bag. Here, I'm putting my pajama pants, my little bag of underwears, my pouch, and some other knickknacks. And usually I like to use a dust bag to protect my bag. For my jewelry, I have this little box that has my earrings and necklaces, but because I don't really change my jewelry every day except maybe my earrings, I like to just pick out a few that I really want to bring and use small jewelry bags. Usually when I purchase jewelry, they come in little bags like these, so I like to keep them and use them for occasions like this. To make sure I don't lose these little bags, I like to put them in my makeup pouch. Let's now move on to my toiletries and makeup. With only a carry-on, there are restrictions you need to follow to bring liquids on board. TSA requirements for this are 100 milliliter or smaller containers in a quart-sized plastic bag. I have quite a bit of skincare items that I need, so first I like to take out all of the products I use every day and want to bring with me. Then I put these products into smaller containers. I have these from 𝖼�ប៉�, and I love these because they come in different sizes and shapes and they don't leak, and I use them every time I travel somewhere. I carefully put however much I think I would need, plus a little extra to be safe, in each one of the containers. I also have these cleansers that are way too big to bring on its own, so again, I use these little tubes from 𝖼�ប៉�. These two bigger containers hold my shampoo and conditioner, and after some puzzling with the containers in the bag, everything fits. A pro tip is if you get samples of your usual skincare, they can really come in handy for trips like this because they literally take up zero space, but you can get several uses out of just one. I also can't forget some cotton pads for removing makeup, my contacts, toothbrush, and razor, which I'm just going to put in a separate pouch. Moving on to makeup, I like to keep it as minimal as possible. I don't have a lot of products in the first place, but I try not to bring more than 2 of the same products. I'm going to bring some hair clips, tweezers, lip gloss, lip balm, my brush and beauty blender, my 2 concealers, a skin tint, some blush, my Clinique Like Honey, eyebrow pencil, 2 mascaras, my eyelash curler, eyebrow gel, and this little mirror. Also my oil blotting paper and main mirror. Last minute I decided to add an eyeliner and eyebrow pen. So that actually ended up being the majority of the makeup I have, but I did end up using everything while I was there, so. Okay, now it's finally time to pack my suitcase. This one is from 𝖼�ប៉�, and I'm the biggest advocate for 𝖼�ប៉� suitcases. They're super durable, the wheels are so smooth, and my favorite part is that you can lock the wheel so that your suitcase doesn't roll away in public transportation. I like to start with the biggest thing I have, which is my packing cube with my clothes, and then adding my pair of shoes, my medicine pouch, then my handbag, some period products just in case, my makeup bag, my skincare, then my workout clothes, and finally some extra masks and stickers for back pain. And that is it for my suitcase. Now let's go through my personal item bag. This is where I'm going to carry items I will need easier access to at the airport and on the flight. I'm packing my laptop, my noise-canceling headphones, some important stuff like my passport, wallet, and essentials pouch, which I like to put into a small separate bag like this tote bag so I can easily find it in my bag. I'm also throwing in small things like my hand cream, AirPods, and sunglasses. I also have a little pouch with my portable charger and charging cord. By the way guys, this cord holder is from 𝖼�ប៉�. It's so good, I found it in Japan and it makes rolling up my cord so easy and prevents wires from getting tangled in my bag. I also have my water bottle to fill at the airport because who wants $5 water, some slippers for the flight, my glasses, and then I'm so extra for this, but my little matcha kit, including a small chawan or bowl, a tin of matcha, and a whisk. I also have a little claw clip and my masks, one for my eyes and one for my face so that I can knock out as soon as I got on the plane, and that's it. And just to be transparent with you guys, for my flight there, I had one extra bag with me to bring the gifts I had from my boyfriend. I don't really know why I chose gifts that took up so much space, but I have this framed corkboard I made with tickets and photos and memories we have from previous trips that we took together, a plushie that he's been wanting, and this notebook which has a letter and a sentimental gift that I made, which made both of us cry. I'm honestly so broke right now as a recent grad with no real job yet, so the gifting situation isn't the best. Usually I can do better, but this is what we're going with for now. Thankfully, my boyfriend is a very simple person that doesn't ask for much. I know I could have done better, but he was happy, so I guess I'm also happy. Anyways, just like that, we're fully packed for my trip. I really hope you learned something new in this video and can take away some tips to use for your next trip. Once you master packing lightly, it really is a game changer for traveling. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on travel, lifestyle, and other fun things. I also decided to vlog a little bit in Seattle, so stay tuned for a Seattle vlog coming up very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!